Hello everyone, I know I'm half asleep, but I'm going to make a video about what's going on in this school in Tennessee with the Harry Potter book banning thing. You guys may have been able to figure out just by my age that, of course, I grew up on Harry Potter, but also I have some sort of historical context that I'm going to bring about book bannings. But first, I'll read from the article. It looks like it was a Roman Catholic school that banned this book in Tennessee, and they sent out an email which had the quote, "The curses and spells used in the books are actual curses and spells which, when read by a human, risk conjuring evil spirits into the presence of the person reading the text." Okay, obviously, this is the most ridiculous thing ever, blah, blah, blah. 98% of people here will agree with that. So, the real world historical context here is apartheid South Africa. And there was a leader there. In case you didn't know, I'll catch you up in the history in a few seconds. But Nelson Mandela was in jail there for 27 years, but it goes farther than that. He couldn't speak to the press. His name was banned from being published, and his picture was banned from being printed. So, in South Africa. So, you might think, oh, well, after 25 years, there's no way anyone knew who he was. Wrong. Everyone in South Africa knew who Nelson Mandela was and supported his movement to end apartheid in South Africa. That's like the briefest history I could give. But now let's look at Harry Potter history. Order of the Phoenix. If you remember correctly, Dolores Umbridge imposed multiple, they were authoritarian. I didn't think of them as authoritarian growing up, but they were state-sponsored laws to restrict what people could and couldn't do, say, read, etc. So there was an an article from the fictional newspaper The Quibbler, which published an article that Umbridge and the Ministry of Magic didn't like, so they banned it. And then they posted the order on the wall outside the Great Hall. I think they hammered them in, even though they have magic. I don't know why they couldn't think of a better way to get it to stick on the wall. But nonetheless, no one could read that article. And Harry was like, "Oh man, this is awful. Like, why did we go through the trouble of doing this article if no one can read it?" And Hermione smiled because she knew that would make everyone read it. Obviously, the optimist's view of this whole situation is that them banning Harry Potter in such a bizarre draconian way will make more students read the book than would have otherwise read it if the book hadn't been banned. The non-optimist point of view would be less people are going to read it because the book's banned from their library or whatever. Quite frankly, I don't know what'll happen, obviously. If anyone has statistics about such a thing happening, even if it's in a different country, post it in the comments. Full solidarity to the kids who choose to read it, even though it's banned. And obviously, everyone should oppose this, even though it's a private school and they can do what they want, etc., etc. But it's a famous children's book in a children's library. It should be there. People may argue about how important it is historically in terms of children's fiction or whatever, but it's definitely important. So it should be there. Full stop. But anyway, this is a quick new type of video. I'll be back with book review tomorrow. So tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.